What's up, guys? Carolynn Castillo, absolute top dollar listing agent with eXp Realty, coming to you live today with a video for all my realtor peeps out there. Guys, the market is changing. What are we gonna do? I've been speaking with a lot of realtors, a lot of different functions, events, and just hearing so much of, the people that are like the doomsdayers, and then you've got the people with their head in the sand, and then you just got the people that are just like, I don't even know what's going on, like, let's just keep moving forward, And I think that honestly, I think the best way to go about it is kind of a mix of it both, right? I'm a sucker for the doomsday videos. I'm going to be honest. I'll give you that confessional right now. I actually like conspiracy theories for entertainment. Okay. I'm down to talk about some conspiracy theories. Like, it just entertains me. But you've got these like doomsdayers on YouTube that have been predicting this massive crash, And I mean, if this is our profession and this is what we do for a living and this is how we feed our families, I mean, it's pretty hard not to click on that and to see what that person is saying, because that is my business, that is my industry. I don't know about, everybody that's watching this, but what is your experience with market crashes in real estate? So I've been actually licensed since I was 18 years old, if you can believe it, okay? And when I got licensed, I went through the entire market crash, but I was so young at the time. I was in my 20s that I didn't even really understand what was happening. And that's kind of embarrassing now to say that, but when you're in your 20s, or nowadays, these kids in their 20s are like, super smart. But back then we didn't have the internet, okay, guys? So you have to give us that. So, I was actually doing a lot of, at the beginning of my career, doing a lot of rentals. If I would sell one house, I was like, woohoo, I made it. I wouldn't work like for 6 months, So it was completely different. It wasn't really a hardcore career for me like it is now. So it really didn't affect me because I wasn't really a high producer. I was just kind of going through and having my kids and selling a couple houses and doing rentals. But now, okay, it's completely different. This is like my livelihood. This is how I feed my kids. This is the real deal Holyfield. So to say that you're not looking into it, or to say that you haven't questioned it, I think would make you borderline irresponsible, because this is legitimately your business, right? So I kind of want to give you my take on it, kind of where my head is with it, and what I'm doing to make sure I stay ahead of it. And then maybe some tips that could help you guys if you haven't already started. So, what I believe is going to happen. And again, let's see what really ends up happening, right? Because everybody now is like a prediction, but let's see what ends up really happening. But what I think is going to happen is I think that the values are going to go down. Okay. I think that, from 2020 to 2022, there's been in my market, which is South Florida and North Florida. I service both markets. Okay. Both markets that I'm in, okay, have had a 30% increase in values, okay? So if you literally pull up comps from 2019 and you pull up comps for 2022, guaranteed it's a 20 to 30% increase. Easy, okay? Easy. So I do believe that value, everybody has to agree, is not real. It's like fluff, okay? I always like to tell a story. If you haven't heard this story, you should go Google it, because it's the craziest thing on planet Earth. There was like an art show, and I think it was actually in Miami, now that I'm thinking about it. And this guy at this like big fancy art show in Wynwood, I'm pretty sure it was in Miami, because they do a lot of art shows there. And he literally took a banana, guys, I'm not making this up, took a banana with some masking tape, okay, like some gray masking tape. It wasn't even like the cute ones that have like the little designs, okay? He took the masking tape, he taped it onto a white, I don't know if it was a canvas or if it was literally just a white wall. I'm not sure on that part. But he sold that art. He sold that. That was considered art. He sold it for $1 million. Okay? So that's what I think of when I think about the market of 2020, 2021, and 2022 real estate. I think of that guy. I think of the guy that stuck the banana to the wall and sold it for $1 million. Okay? It's an anomaly. It's like, it's not real, you know? Like, if I go right now and tape a banana to a wall, I'm not getting $1 million, okay? Actually, probably nobody wants my banana because I've already touched my banana, okay? So that's, you know, in a nutshell, like, I just think that these values, like, real estate historically just, you know, goes up in value about 6 to 8% a year if you're in a good market, you know. And I happen to be in a good market in Florida. Anywhere in Florida is a good market for the most part. So that's normal. Real estate values will increase 6 to 8%. So what we just passed through, that we went up 20 to 30%, I just think that it's going to be hard for that to stick and for that to stay there. And we're already seeing that happen. You know, like, you're looking at listings and you're saying, like, you know, I was just doing a comp and the realtor had listed it. This was about 6 months ago. And so they had listed it for $689 and it sold for $777,000. Okay. So that is not normal. Okay. If you were to have looked at the comps when that, and I did it because I'm that type of person, as I'll do like a full-blown research on something because I'm that, like, I like that data. I went back and I said, I want to see what comps, even though I would never list a property at $689. That's ridiculous. She should have at least did $699. But anyways, I went back and I looked at what made her listed at that $689. You know what I mean? Like, let me see what she had. She listed it correctly. Like, the comps in that time were like $650, $675. So she was even pushing it a little bit, and she did the $689, probably thinking in her mind that if she listed at $689, she would sell it at like $675 or something close to that, you know? But lo and behold, she sold it at $777,000. Okay. So to me, is that a real comp? Is that $777,000 a real comp? Is now all the houses in that neighborhood now a $700,000 house, a $775,000 house? Because there was actually 2 sales that were like that in that particular neighborhood. Okay. And this was very recent. And we have a lot of those sales all throughout our market. So I believe that those fluffed up values are going to come down. Do I think it's going to go like crashing down to the pits of, you know, like the bottom of, no, I don't think it's going to go, especially in my markets, because I'm in a good market. I'm in South Florida, North Florida. Everybody wants to be here. Everybody wants to be in Florida. So now other markets that are, well, there is an area actually in North Florida, in Jacksonville area, that I did the research, and that area, you had seen it go down. People in the last recession or whatever, they were actually buying houses there for like $8,000. Okay. And now those $8,000 houses are selling for like $100,000. Okay. And that was the 10-year stretch, you know, of the last market crash. That's how much the prices went up. So I think in those areas, maybe we'll see them go down even further than what, you know, we will see in the regular neighborhoods and stuff. But anyways, that's my prediction. I think that the values are going to come down, probably, you know, that 20 or 30% of craziness. I think it may come down and be more like at the 2019 levels, 2020 levels. Maybe it won't go that far, but I think it's definitely going to land somewhere around there, you know, between 2019 and 2020 levels. So that's my prediction. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see what happens. So anyways, moving on from that, what am I doing to bulletproof my business? So real estate, regardless of what the interest rate is. So right now, it's pretty much 7%, right? So perfect credit, everything, you're getting a 7% mortgage. I mean, really, when you think about it, it's still not that much money compared to like what you pay for like a car loan or you pay for like a credit card loan, you know? So you're paying there, the bank is giving you $500,000 cash, basically, right? I love it when cash buyers are like, I'm buying cash. And I'm like, well, yeah, the bank is going to give the seller cash too. Okay. So as long as I have a qualified buyer, cash is, the seller gets cash at the end anyway. So it doesn't even matter. But anyways, so realistically, it's not that bad. Okay. It's not, yeah, 2%. I would love that. Who wouldn't? That's like basically free money. I heard that there's some countries that they even have like a negative where they just like, they, I think it was Switzerland, and they actually give, wait a minute, how does this work? They give you the money and they pay you to take the money or something. It's crazy. It's like a negative interest rate. I never heard anything like it. But so the point is that we have to do a better job as real estate professionals as articulating to the buyers and helping them see the big picture, you know, and saying that, yes, it is 7%, but at the end of the day, do you have $500,000? No, you don't. Okay. So does your grandma have 500? Does your dad have 500? Like, you want to buy a house. Who can you borrow 500,000 from? Oh, there's nobody in line to give you 500,000. Okay, cool. I know this bank over here that they'll actually give you 500,000. They charge you 7%, but they'll give you the money. Oh, it sounds pretty good. Okay, cool. Let's do the deal. You know, so I think, you know, we need to be the educators in the space, you know, sharing with people. I wouldn't be promising that they're going to be able to refinance in a couple of years because we don't know how long this inflation thing's going to last. And we're not going to say, I don't want to be one of those people that are like, hey, take this, do this now, and then next year you can refinance. I don't know if it's going to be next year. But what I do know is that if you put into their heads like, okay, how much is it to rent a house right now? You know, an average house right now to rent is like, shoot, it's like $3,000. And that's not even like, you know, Taj Mahal here, you know, like in my neighborhood, it's like $5,000 easy, you know? So to buy the house versus renting it where you do actually own it, you know, we have to be educators and breaking down what that actually means. Okay. So that's one. The second thing is, guys, is that you need to be a resource, okay? So in the last 2 years, there's been just people buying houses because it was so cheap and it was like stupid if you didn't buy a house. Like everybody that didn't buy a house when it was 2%, like feels like shit right now, okay? Because they're like, damn, I should have bought a house, you know? But the thing is that now people are going to buy a house out of necessity, out of need, okay? Which means is that people are getting a divorce, right? So people are getting a divorce. So the wife has to now go find her own house and the husband now has to go find his own house. You have to buy a house. Are you going to buy a house or are you going to rent a house? Because you rent the house, going to be probably 2 times as much and you don't even own it. So divorce, death, right? People pass away and families have to split up. Families, you know, things happen. Babies, okay? When people have babies and they're living in a 1-bedroom condo, guess what? They got to go buy a house, you know? They don't want to pay for rent for something like that, you know? Downsizing. There's right now is a huge boom of, what do they say? Baby boomers. Oh my God. I hope I said that right. Where all those people are retiring. Okay. And they have these big houses. They don't want the big house. They want a condo. So those people are going to be, you know, you have to look into real estate and say, what is not going to stop? Okay. But people just buying houses and just working with, you know, random buyers, you want to make yourself a resource. What is something that people come to you that you're good at it and that you're solving a problem? Because all the fluff realtors, I believe, are gonna also, that 20 and 30%, oh my God, same thing. That 20 and 30% of fluff that we have right now in the business, that right now everyone's making money in real estate. Anybody could be successful in real estate, right? So that 20 and 30% of realtors, I think, is going to come down to, as same thing with mortgage brokers, you know, and all that. It's going to come down to you providing a real service, a real value, that you're needed in the market, that you are a problem solver. So you want to start looking into some of these things. Some of the stuff that we're doing at Absolute Top Dollar is we're working heavily in the probate space, which is where when people pass away, they have to sell the house and, you know, real estate has to be dealt with, right? We're dealing with the foreclosure space. So, you know, there's a lot of people, remember guys, that didn't pay the mortgage and the forbearance and all that kind of stuff. We're also starting to dabble into the short sales because you think about it, these people that bought over the last couple years at absolute top dollar prices, and then they get the divorce. Okay, what are they going to do? You can't sell your house because you paid $777,000 and now all the houses are selling at $650,000. You're literally upside down in your house. You can't sell it. So being able to offer that resource of a short sale, you know, and then that's some of the fields that we're getting into. And we also do divorce. We haven't gone too hard in the paint with it, but we've just worked with several clients recently that have had a divorce. So we've had the experience, but there's a whole business there working with families, you know, that go through their divorce. But I think that really having like a niche and really having something of value that you can offer to the community when it comes to real estate, you're not going to have a problem. And you're going to go through, you'll probably excel because there's not going to be a lot of people. That 20 and 30% realtors are going to dissipate. And who's going to be there? You're going to be there. And you're going to be providing value. And you're going to be solving a valid problem in real estate, okay? Maybe it's first-time home buyers. I mean, I don't do anything a lot with buyers pretty much at all. But if you're with buyers, you love buyers, then you want to find out, how can I educate and be that resource of this 7% interest rate in this new market, and be that leader, be that voice in this time. Make yourself that you are a resource. You are someone that's knowledgeable and is educated in real estate, because just flying around, listing people's houses for sale and selling them for hundreds of thousands of dollars, let me tell you guys, that's a thing of the past, okay? And you know what? Get ready, because life repeats itself, right? So this is not the first down cycle in real estate. If you look back at history, you're going to see this is not the first, the second, the third down cycle in real estate. This is when people get rich in real estate. This is when realtors go to the next level, when they can survive a whole crash. That's going to be us, guys. So let's get to, I hope we're already connected in Instagram. I can talk and chat with people easier. Drop a comment. What are you doing to bulletproof your business? What are your predictions? What is going to happen in this market? I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you guys all the success. And if I can help you in any way whatsoever, don't hesitate to drop a comment. Send me a message on Instagram. Let's be successful and overpower in this changing market. Be blessed, guys. Bye.